Today's episode of Looping Through Life is brought to you by the band Fictional Reality. Listen now on Spotify. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Looping Through Life. Get back into it, yet another coaster dive. Going to head up the Northeast this time to Six Flags Great Adventure, to Six Flags Great Adventure's oldest operating coaster. That is the Runaway Mine Train.
Oldest, yet still running. Just like your metabolism, this ride's been limping through that lake turnaround longer than your last job lasted.
I mean, it's a classic. Arrow's earliest developed steel coasters really helped define the industry.
Define the industry? This thing defines how much spinal damage a park can legally get away with.
Well, I like it.
You also like the gym, but judging by those calves, your treadmill's just a coat rack.
Before there was King Dakar, before El Toro bucked into the skyline, and before the Great American Scream Machine ever cracked its first loop, there was the Runaway Mine Train. It's not flashy, it's not record-breaking, but the Runaway Mine Train is the ride that started it all at Six Flags Great Adventure. And if you've ever walked through the Frontier Adventures section of the park, you've probably heard the nostalgic clack of its chain lift echoing over the water. Let's dive into the history, layout, and legacy of this Jersey-born legend. The Runaway Mine Train opened on July 4th, 1974, just months after the park itself opened under the original name Great Adventure. This was before Six Flags acquired the property. It was designed by Warner Leroy, and the coaster was part of his dream to build a lavish theme and safari park. Built by the legendary Arrow Development, the same company responsible for Disneyland's Matterhorn bobsleds and countless other industry firsts, the Runaway Mine Train was the first roller coaster installed at the park and still operates today, making it the oldest coaster in New Jersey. And while it might not seem like much in the age of hypercoasters and launches, this thing was a big deal in the 70s. Steel coasters were still a novelty, and themed family coasters were just starting to catch on. Here's what you're getting on this ride. Height, 60 feet. Drop, 39 feet. Speed, up to 38 miles per hour. Track length, approximately 2,429 feet. Ride time, about 2 minutes. Inversions, none requirement, 44 inches. It's not about speed, it's about scenic thrills, twists and turns, and good old Arrow jank. And yes, those transitions can still throw your back out if you're not bracing. You start off with a slow curve out of the station and a climb up the 60-foot lift hill. From there, the train dips and dives through a series of tight turns and banked helixes, all designed to mimic the feeling of a runaway mining cart barreling through rough terrain. What sets this layout apart is its interaction with the environment. You'll swoop past trees, skim over water, and dive into the woods. The highlight? That sharp dip over the lake. It feels like you're going to splash down, but you just breeze past the surface. And here's an important note. There's no tunnel. A common misconception, and even some older marketing made it sound like there was one. But nope, just trees and rock work, giving the illusion of enclosure in some spots. The ride sits in the Frontier Adventures section of the park, and it fits like a glove. The station looks like an old mine shack, complete with wooden planks and faux dynamite crates. There are even remnants of animatronic mine props and mining gear along the queue line. Though many have been removed or weathered over time, still, you can feel that vintage Six Flags charm seeping through. Fun fact, this ride originally faced minimal competition. It was the only coaster in the park for nearly a decade. That gave it icon status early on. The mine train has gone through a few tune-ups over the decades. In the mid-1990s, it received a major refurbishment. New trains, modern computer controls, and updated ride systems were installed to keep things running safely. In 2006, the trains were updated with individual lap bars for improved restraint, though this led to some operational hiccups early on. Over the years, parts of the track and supports have been repainted and reinforced. This isn't just nostalgia. It's a ride that's been kept alive with care. Despite its age, it rarely suffers long closures. This thing is dependable. So what's it like to ride today? Honestly, still fun. If you're expecting airtime or launches, you're in the wrong line. But if you want a throwback ride with old-school vibes, this is the one. It's also a great starter coaster. Kids graduating from kiddie rides often hop on this as their first real thrill ride. And thanks to its relatively gentle profile, it's still welcoming to older guests who remember riding it as teens. It's a full-circle kind of ride. Runaway Mine Train may not draw lines around the block, but its legacy runs deep. It was the first coaster in the park. It helped define what Six Flags Great Adventure would become. And it's one of the few coasters of its type that's still in operation. Many Arrow mine trains have been removed or replaced. This ride is a survivor. And for many park-goers, it's a sentimental favorite that defined childhood summers. So next time you're at Six Flags Great Adventure, give the mine train some love. It may not be the biggest or fastest, but it is the OG, and that's worth celebrating. Now it's back to the studio with Ryan and Ferris.
And that's going to be a wrap today from the coaster dive into the Runaway Mine Train. Honestly, what a fun historical dive it was, just diving in. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe down below.
Because if this channel hits 1,000 subs, I finally get what I deserve. Merch, t-shirts, mugs, maybe even a plushie with dead eyes like Ryan's dating life.
I mean, seriously, if we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we're so very close. We're almost at 600 as of the recording of this video. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, Ferris the Fox merchandise will happen. I mean, I know I want a Ferris hoodie as much as Ferris wants attention.
And if you're ever on Runaway Mine Train, just remember, it's not a coaster. It's a slow-motion chiropractic experiment